everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Whoop. That was terrible. My name isn't Whoop, my name is Lex. And we're on the wrong side of the... When did that happen? That was... Okay, when you're first person, you really just do not know what's happening in a crash. So my name is Lex, and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we're going to be checking out yet another DLC car from the latest GTA Online DLC update. This one's actually been out for a little while now. I'm not going to be covering the new 190Z that came out this week for GTA Online, because I actually did a video on that back in December. You can go and find that, but just go look through the videos. I think it was like December 23rd I uploaded that video, long time ago. So if you want to check out that new car, you can do so there. But today, I want to check out this car right here. This is the Stromberg. I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys asking me to check this thing out. And you know what? It's a good looking car. I reckon it's worth checking out. I think this will probably be the last of all these new cars to be checked out. I don't think there's any more that I feel are interesting enough to have their own video or to be worth even covering. Especially because it's been a long time since all this stuff came out now, so I guess perhaps most of you are bored of it. So this is, indeed, the Stromberg. Now, in online, this thing would cost $3.1 million. In fact, the full number is $3,185,350, unless you've done the new heist thing, and in which case it would cost $2.3 million, or to be exact, $2,395,000 for this thing. And you're probably thinking, that's a lot of money for what seems to be just another sort of classic sports car thing. What makes this so interesting and so different? Well, it's because it can do this. Now, is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen, ever? Okay, this thing is probably the most amazingly cool car I have ever seen in GTA. I've never seen a car that can transform like that. I mean, we sometimes get them with a bit of, like, the wing pops out or something, but it slams down, the wheels fold in, the whole, like, new panel comes out, some wing stuff come out, well, actually more like fins on the side, we've got these things at the back. Just look at this. We have to play this a few more times to just capture what is going on here, because there's so much stuff going on. The lights come out as well, the exhausts fold in. Oh, look at it all. This is so freaking cool. Absolutely blows my mind that we can now get this, because obviously this is the sort of thing that I don't think is possible with mods, because presumably they'd have had to recode a whole new thing into the game to get this to work. Although it would be interesting to see any mods that are based on this car that can use that sort of transformation style animation thing to transform it between two things. Maybe we can get like an Optimus Prime style car. I don't know how you would code in that animation or anything, but if we could get mods that are based on this, that would be absolutely amazing. Now, actually, there's plenty more to check out with this thing. Not just checking it out and modifying it, but also to talk about some stuff. But there's going to be some comments on the screen, first of all, so we can get these out of the way. These are comments and questions featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below, as always. And also, I have an Instagram for those of you that use Instagram. It should be in the description below as well. I think it's _Figureight. Of course, links in the description below, as always, so you can easily go and find my Instagram. So actually, let's just go into the sea here. Let's just drive down, go into the sea. And also, you might notice that it's just changed my weapon to torpedo. Okay, it's actually just chucked us straight into the rocks on the other side. Right, and this actually does still drive and does still run without all the extra stuff. But of course, you do need to then press the right directional pad button, which actually, when you're underwater, you can't really see. I guess we need to be a bit more under the water and deeper to be able to see that properly in the water. Okay, let's try that again. No, it just chucks us straight back out to the surface, and then, yeah, you're not actually going to see the animation. That's sort of annoying that it does that, because you sort of miss the beauty of everything that's going on there. I guess maybe if you landed in deeper water, that wouldn't happen. There we are, look. From car to submarine, like that. Now, you might be thinking, Lex, haven't you covered one of these vehicles before? And you would be right. This is incredibly similar to a mod that we've actually covered on this channel before, and a mod that you would have seen before, and that is the Ardent Aqua, which, as I've just spawned in right now, here you can see this is the Ardent Aqua. This thing is very, very similar to... Oh my god, there's a boat that's just gone above me. That was weird. This is very similar to the new Stromberg. The thing is, this is based on a submarine. This can only work in the water. That's why we've got the whole, like, submarine thing going on the fire. We can get rid of that now. Oh, the Stromberg's going for a little bit of a ride. But this thing does, of course, work like a submarine. But if we were to take this back onto ground, this thing wouldn't drive. But it is very interesting to see that Rockstar have based... the Stromberg, I guess this was based on, like, a James Bond car. But it's very interesting to see that Rockstar have done the exact same thing. Have they seen this mod before? You would think that Rockstar would, you know, sort of keep on tabs with the modding scene and what mods come out, because I have seen other cars in the past where they've sort of, it seems like they've been inspired, and I get the feeling they have been from this one. But of course, naturally, Rockstar can one-up any modder, given that the Stromberg has the really awesome animation thing that converts it and allows it to work between a submarine and a working vehicle on the road. Oh my god, I don't think I can swim back now. It's swimming. Oh, no. Okay, where am I going? Okay, it just chucked me straight in. That was weird. Right, let's just go back onto land, because it's quite actually fun to see. As we get onto land. Pop that on. Oh god, I think this is absolutely amazing. So yeah, very interesting to see that Rockstar have made a vehicle very similar to a mod that we have seen in the past. I would be interested to see if actually the Ardent Aqua could ever be transformed to work in the same way that the Stromberg does. That would be really cool to see if that was possible. So actually, now that we're out the water, I guess it's worth checking out if there are any tuning parts for this thing. I mean, you're paying for the submarine aspect, but it would be nice if we were paying for some mods and stuff as well. So let's just go to repair vehicle and have a look around and see what this thing has to offer. So, by the way, Michael's just still sitting there in his scuba gear. Yeah, we'll ignore that. So let's just go to menus customs, and let's just go... We've got nothing in Benny's Lowrider mods. In fact, we don't have any tuning parts for this. It seems to just be wheels, engine, brakes, transmission, suspension, paints, neons, doors, windows, extras. In fact, there are no extras, so that's pretty much it. It's not really tunable apart from just engine stuff. Although that's not going to stop me from trying to make some sort of stanced version. I mean, it's got very weird rear arches, I've got to say. Not really too sure. I mean, this is supposed to be based on the Esprit S1 and the Countach. I don't think either of those have rear arches like this, do they? It's a really weird... In fact, this one's even got, like, really tall arches. Both the arch shapes on this car are really, really strange looking. But it does make it look really 80s. And I like that. This car is a cool looking 80s car. Yeah, you can definitely see the Countach thing on the back. And, yeah, actually, is it Esprit on the front? I wouldn't say so. I'd say this is definitely more Countach on the front. Is the Esprit just the shape, I guess? And then we have on the interior also a really nice, unique looking interior. What is this? By the way, is that just a speaker just closed into the dashboard? That's not very good design. But we have this nice looking dashboard right here. We've got a 6-speed manual gearbox. Left-hand drive, of course, unlike the LG we checked out in the previous video. And then we have all of our dials and everything. Very 80s, very cool. And, of course, it is only a 2-seater. So, actually, I'm very curious to see how this is going to work with V-Stancer, given the fact that you can transform this. Because I know that we did this with the hover car, the DeLorean, and that worked fine. So, presumably, this would be the same. So, I know you guys get sort of sick of stance. Some of you are not into it. By the way, just as a note for everyone who sort of complains that I do it, I mean, GTA is a game. This isn't serious. We're just having fun. These are just fun little videos. Sometimes you're not going to like the build. Sometimes you're going to be a bit confused why I stance it. It's just because it's just different. It's not something that you can get in GTA Online. And that's the sort of edge that I like to offer, is that I can do things to cars that you can't do in online mode. And that in itself is interesting, whether you like the look of stance or not. But anyways, now that we've got that disclaimer out the way, let's just go for some fancy looking wheels. I mean, these are going to look weird on this car, whatever. So, actually, I quite like them all being in black. Definitely not really just of the right age. I guess you would probably have some different... Oh, maybe these. Yeah, they're interesting. We're not going to change the wheel size at all. I just want to go in and just do some quick things. Let's just go to... Oh, we can't do the visual lowering. That cannot be changed. But we can change the physical suspension. Just no visual lowering on this one, interestingly. So we can knock that all the way down and make this actually pretty slammed, it seems. We'll get this all the way down. So it's completely flat. Like that. And I guess we'll just have the wheels tucked in. I'm not going to stance it or anything by, you know, I'm not going to camber it. I guess some of you perhaps are just annoyed with all the camber I do. But slamming a car, tucking it in, It's very interesting, but I've seen slammed Esprits before, and they do look quite nice. I'll be honest. And there we are with this. Yeah, you can definitely see there's some bugs going out on the front there you just saw. It might just be when you hit stuff. Oh, but it definitely works and drives in slammed mode. But what happens if we press the submarine button? Well, that works. And you put it back. And, ooh. Oh, no, okay, it floats for a second, and then it goes back to normal. I guess, obviously, it sets, the animation has it set to the height of the vehicle with the stock suspension. So, of course, it reverts to that height. But after a second, you start moving. It does actually detect that you've got V-Stancer on, and it goes back to as you had it before. So you can actually have this slammed, go in the water, turn it to submarine mode. There we go. If we do it really quickly as we get into the sea, we can actually see it underwater. It's only when you sort of wait that it goes to the top, and then you can't see it. Yeah, that works. And then we can go up. Oh, I seem to have hit something there. I don't know what I hit there. I didn't see anything. And then we can go back up to land and turn this off. Oh, like that. And actually, you can start to drive it as it's changing as well. I didn't really notice that before. Let's try and do that again. So I'm going to start holding throttle now. Start converting it. Oh yeah, the second the wheels come in, you can start driving. Oh, that's cool. So actually, let's just have a quick look at the weaponry that this thing offers as well. So we have the machine gun, which actually comes out of these bits on the top, which is pretty cool. Then we have the missiles. Oh, look at that. So when you actually select the missiles, the whole thing folds up. I love all these custom animations that Rockstar have done on these cars. That is cool. That is innovative. And that sort of makes it a bit more worth the money. I mean, this is still incredibly expensive to buy, but I love that. And look at that. You can even see, physically, all the missiles go in. And I guess these outside ones must be the homing off? No, they're just always there. Oh, they must be the torpedoes. Okay, so if we go underground, or under sea, actually, not underground, and we turn it into submarine mode, and we go down, and we should now be in torpedoes mode, and that means that it should fire those on the side. Let's see if we can try and get a good shot of this. Ah, yes, look at that. It does actually change the button. Now you have to press A instead of the left shoulder button. But there you go. It even fires torpedoes. In fact, is there a boat that we can try and blow up? I guess this would work. There must be some sort of races and maps and stuff that go with this new vehicle that you can get in GT Online. Sadly, that sort of stuff you don't really get in single player, so you can't really get much enjoyment of torpedoing people, because who is there to torpedo? In fact, what use does this have? Is this purely just to be used in certain game modes? Or is there some sort of new style... Oh, what's happened here?
Start up, you piece of shit.
Wait, it's broken? Is this genuinely broke? There was all sparks coming out this a second ago, and now there's smoke. It's genuinely broken. What did I do? I mean, I can still fire torpedoes, that's cool, but why is it broken? So yeah, is there a heist that's tied to this thing where you have to go underwater for something and that this would be useful? I don't know. I tell you what this is. Let's just try and get this back on land so we can see what the hell's going on here. In fact, now that it's dead, can we still transform it? No, it's just dead. That's weird. Okay, let's just repair the vehicle. Why is this happening? Is this because a V-Stancer is something underneath glitching in? Maybe it's the wheels. Ah, maybe it's the wheels that are sort of colliding with it. In fact, let's test that. I'm going to spawn in a new one. Okay, spawned in a new one. And I'm going to go right out to sea this time. Somewhere nice and deep. Right off here. And down. Convert it. And no sparks. Still running. Maybe that's all it was. Maybe because we had stanced it or lowered it or whatever, the wheels were sort of glitching and hitting the inside of the vehicle, and that was damaging it, because I don't see any damage or anything happening now. Well, there we are. I mean, I don't play in online mode, as I've said. I don't really know how useful this would be, you know, how much it would really be worth buying this thing, because this is really expensive. But for single player, it's just nice. I like more the concept of its existence rather than me actually using it. The concept of having a vehicle that you could press a button and it transforms with animations is really cool to me, because I would like to see where a modder could take that going forward. As I said, making an Optimus Prime style transformer vehicle, you know, like a lore-friendly Bumblebee. How difficult is it for a modder to add in those sorts of animations? Is that a thing that is just, is it all lines of code? You know, I really just do not know. But I guess there we are. That is the Stromberg. I mean, should we do another build? I'm not sure how else I can really build this. It's a really interesting vehicle that I quite like in its stock form, to be perfectly honest. I mean, whilst we're here, should we do a stupid lifted off-road version? How about that? Let's just go to wheels. Let's just go to off-road. I'm going to go for my favourite off-roading wheels. And I guess matte and dark earth. Oh, it's actually it's two-tone. Ooh, okay. So then the secondary, I quite like the idea of a matte grey. Oh, now that's cool. I like that we have the two-tone. That, again, is so 80s and so cool. I love that. So we can have that nice matte black or matte grey. And then change the colour on the top. We could even have this just a nice shiny colour on the top. I think that would work with the plastic bottom end. Oh, look at that. That is so 80s. I love that. Okay, I quite like that as it is. In fact, let's just go to, where's the metal colours? Let's go for metal, brushed steel. I mean, this is just really sort of, I love it. It's just so 80s. I'm going to go for just brushed steel on that one. And this is going to be V-Stancer, and all I'm really going to do is I'll just make these wheels just a little bit bigger. Oh, that's possible. Okay, we'll make them a bit bigger. We'll make them a bit wider. I'm sure this is really just going to completely break the whole submarine part of this, but oh well. But let's just lift up the height, front and rear, just a little bit. And then we get some track width, front and rear, just for a really stupid off-road version. There we go. And as a quick test... I mean, now we have the brake calipers hanging out the bottom because we've completely changed the whole height of the suspension. But it does work. That's pretty cool. In fact, let's just jump back into the water and see if it does break. I have a feeling it might do. And back in, and actually, no sparks. Now, okay, I just hit something, so that's probably not going to help. I do wonder what it was that broke that before, because right now, apart from the fact the brake calipers are hanging out the bottom, everything seems fine. Although maybe there's a load of smoke. Was that smoke stuff there before? Okay, now I'm not sure. But here we go, back onto the beach. Turn it into car mode. There's a little bit of a bump there, I guess because of the fact that this actually has to go up, not down. But, look at that. There is our off-roader, 80s style, plastic-bottomed Stromberg. Well, that's it for this video. It was a very weird one. I mean... It's a very weird car. There's not much you can do to it other than check out its features. So I think we've definitely checked out this mod in its entirety. It is a bit of a weird one to see Rockstar covering a car that you've seen very similarly in a mod, especially with the Ardent Aqua. But again, as I've said, it's nice to see that Rockstar have actually added in their own flair. And I don't know if they've really just thought of James Bond in doing this, or if they had actually looked at the Ardent Aqua mod and then thought, well, why don't we have our own twist on that and then actually base it on the mod. I don't know. I don't know anything about Rockstar's mind and how they think. But it's just something to think about, because who knows? Maybe they were inspired to make it because of the Ardent Aqua. But there we go, guys. That is it for the final time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.